Have you ever felt like no matter how much you have, it's never enough? Like you're always chasing the next big thing, only to find yourself empty inside? Today, I'm going to share a short story that might just change how you see your life. It's about the power of gratitude, and how enjoying what you have can turn everything around. Let me take you back to a small town nestled between rolling hills and a quiet river. That's where our story begins, with a man named Sam. Sam was in his mid-30s, the kind of guy who seemed to have it all together on the outside. He worked as a manager at a local hardware store, lived in a cozy 2-bedroom house with a backyard garden, and had a loving wife named Lisa and their energetic 8-year-old son, Tommy. Every morning, Sam would wake up to the smell of fresh coffee brewing in the kitchen, and Tommy's laughter echoing from the living room as he played with his toy cars. But here's the thing, Sam didn't see any of that. Not really. He was always looking ahead, always wanting more. "Why can't we afford a bigger house like the Johnsons down the street?" he'd grumble to Lisa over dinner. Or, "If I just get that promotion, we could finally take a real vacation, not just camping by the lake." Sam spent his days scrolling through social media, envying friends who posted pictures of fancy cars and exotic trips. He worked late hours, skipping family dinners, convinced that success was just one more push away. Lisa would try to talk to him, saying, "Sam, we have so much already. Look at Tommy, he's healthy and happy." But Sam would brush it off. "You don't understand," he'd say. "I want the best for us." Life went on like this for years. Sam got small raises here and there, but they never felt like enough. He started feeling this constant knot in his stomach, a mix of frustration and restlessness. Weekends that could have been spent playing catch with Tommy or walking hand in hand with Lisa were wasted on extra shifts or browsing real estate listings. Deep down, Sam knew he was missing out, but he told himself it was all for the future. Someday, he'd think, someday we'll have it all. Then, one crisp autumn day, everything changed. It started with a phone call from the doctor. Sam had been ignoring a nagging cough for weeks, too busy to get it checked. But when he finally went in, the news hit him like a freight train. "It's pneumonia," the doctor said, "but we've caught something else, a shadow on your lung. We need more tests." Sam's world tilted. Pneumonia. A shadow. He drove home in a daze, his mind racing with worst-case scenarios. What if it was cancer? What if he didn't have much time left? That night, as he lay in bed staring at the ceiling, the fear washed over him. Lisa held his hand, tears in her eyes, whispering, "We'll get through this together." But Sam couldn't shake the panic. For the first time, he thought about all the moments he'd taken for granted. The way Tommy's eyes lit up when he scored a goal in soccer. Lisa's warm smile when she handed him his lunch each morning. The simple joy of sitting on the porch, watching the sun set over the hills. Why had he spent so much time chasing more, when what he had was already a treasure? The next few days were a blur of tests and waiting. Sam took time off work, something he hadn't done in years. He found himself wandering the house, really seeing it for the first time. The garden Lisa had planted, vibrant with tomatoes and flowers she'd nurtured with love. Tommy's drawings taped to the fridge, scribbled messages like "I love Dad" that he'd barely glanced at before. One afternoon, he sat with Tommy on the floor, building a fort out of blankets and pillows. "Dad, this is the best day ever," Tommy said, giggling. Sam felt a lump in his throat. How many best days had he missed? As the wait dragged on, Sam's mind spiraled. He imagined the worst, leaving Lisa alone to raise Tommy, never seeing his son graduate or walk down the aisle. The regret hit him hard. What was it all for? He whispered to himself one night, sitting alone in the dark living room. All that striving, all that wanting, and for what? I already had everything I needed. He thought about his parents, who had passed away years ago. They hadn't been rich, but they were content, grateful for family dinners and Sunday picnics. Why hadn't he learned from them? The climax came on a rainy Thursday. Sam was in the doctor's office, heart pounding, as the results came back. "It's not cancer," the doctor said with a reassuring smile. "The shadow was just an old scar from an infection years ago. With antibiotics, you'll be back on your feet in no time." Relief flooded through Sam like a warm wave. He burst into tears right there in the chair, tears of joy mixed with the weight of what he'd almost lost. In that moment, something inside him broke open. It wasn't just about surviving, it was about truly living. From that day forward, Sam changed. He started small, with a gratitude journal. Every evening, he'd write down 3 things he was thankful for: Lisa's laugh, Tommy's hugs, the roof over their heads. He cut back on work hours, making time for family bike rides and game nights. When old habits crept in, like envying a neighbor's new car, he'd pause and remind himself, I have enough. I am enough. Lisa noticed the shift immediately. You're different, she said one evening, cuddling up to him on the couch. Happier. Sam nodded. I almost lost it all to realize what I had. And you know what? Life didn't magically become perfect. There were still bills to pay, arguments here and there, rainy days that tested his patience. But Sam found a quiet joy in the ordinary. He volunteered at Tommy's school, helped neighbors with their yards, and even started a small community group where people shared stories of gratitude. Friends started calling him for advice, saying, Sam, how do you stay so positive? He'd smile and say, it's simple, focus on what you have, not what you lack. Now, as I wrap up this story, think about your own life for a moment. What are you chasing that might be blinding you to the blessings right in front of you? A better job? A bigger house? More likes on social media? The power of gratitude isn't some fairy tale, it's real. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from envy to contentment. Enjoy what you have, right here, right now. Because one day, you might look back and realize it was all you ever needed. Take a deep breath. Write down one thing you're grateful for today. It could be a warm cup of coffee, a friend's call, or just the fact that you're here, listening to this. Gratitude doesn't just change your circumstances. It changes you. And that's the big lesson from Sam's story. Thanks for joining me on Wordy Tales. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more inspiring stories, and share in the comments. What's one thing you're grateful for right now? Until next time, keep appreciating the little things. They make life big.